we've got people signing up, and we've got a good mix. Like our very first entry was a husband and wife team. So I think we're going to have a good mix of fairly serious competitive bass fishermen as well as some of our pros.
Welcome to the Woman Angler and Adventurer podcast, inspiring real women with a passion for fishing and the outdoors to go get their adventure on. Now, here's your fearless host, Angie Scott.
Welcome to this week's episode of the Woman Angler and Adventurer podcast, and welcome to December. I hope everyone had a safe, healthy, and happy Thanksgiving. Just one more month to get through of 2020, and I sincerely hope 2021 will bring us much better things. I know a lot of you are getting excited about ice fishing. I've even started seeing some first ice posts up on Upper Red Lake. So in honor of ice fishing season being upon us, next week I'm kicking off a special series on women and ice fishing. I had the pleasure of writing my first feature article for Trailer Life magazine, and it was on that very topic, women and ice fishing. It was supposed to have been a supplement handed out at the St. Paul Ice Show and the winter sports shows, but of course, those aren't going to be happening this year. But in any case, it was still cool to have my first feature article in conjunction with that. I recorded those interviews I did with these amazing ladies featured in the article as podcast episodes, and I'm super excited to start releasing the series for you beginning next week. This week, I wanted to talk about a fun tournament coming up. If any of you are in the Lake Norman area or you're able to travel there, on December 12th, Fishers of Men is hosting the Ugly Stick World's Largest Santa Claus Bass Tournament. So I brought on Marc Kempter with Pure Fishing to tell us all about it. I'm still trying to get the pieces together myself so I can hopefully make the trek to Lake Norman to participate. There's already some ladies registered, but we always need more. If you can make it, shoot me an email, Angie@thewomanangler.com. I'd love to hear from you so we can try and coordinate, and I really hope I can make it. I'll keep you all posted on how that goes. And it's kind of fitting we're talking about this on this week's episode today. As I'm recording this intro, I'm sitting here in Nashville, and it's been snowing for pretty much all day, so that's kind of crazy for Nashville. But anyway, it's kind of put me in the spirit for the Santa Claus fishing tournament. And so you're about to meet Marc Kempter with Pure Fishing to hear all about this super fun upcoming Santa Claus bass fishing tournament. Enjoy. Marc Kempter with Pure Fishing. Welcome to the Woman Angler and Adventurer podcast. Coming on today to talk about something really exciting coming up soon. But before we get into that, I just wanted to talk about Pure Fishing a little bit. If you could tell our audience what Pure Fishing is.
Sure. Well, Pure Fishing is a company that's a collection of some of the most well-known brands in fishing. Berkeley, Abu Garcia, Penn, Shakespeare, and of course, Ugly Stick, which is the brand we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, and those are definitely some majorly iconic brands for sure. So, very, very cool. Yeah, so you mentioned Ugly Stick and the event that I said I wanted to tell our listeners about that's coming up. If you want to tell us about it, it's a fishing tournament, and it looks like a ton of fun.
Yeah, so it's been kind of a crazy year for most of us. And fishing, fortunately, has been one of the few things that you can still safely do. But we were thinking as we were getting towards the end of the year, what's something we can do that just reminds people how much fun fishing is? And Ugly Stick is a brand that's always been about fun, lighthearted kind of fishing. So we came up with the idea to try and set the Guinness Book of World Records for the world's largest Santa Claus bass tournament. So it is going to be Saturday, December 12th. It's open to anyone and everyone on Lake Norman. in North Carolina. And as part of your entry fee, you get a Santa Claus suit that we'll provide, as well as some really cool Santa Claus fishing gaiters with a big old beard on them. And the whole idea is just it's a serious fishing tournament, but we want it to be a lot of fun. And again, just reminding people, as competitive as fishing can be, and a lot of our brands really participate in that. At the heart of fishing, it's still a really fun sport.
Yeah. Well, and it's only $100 entry fee too. So, and then a $10 big bass pot. So not a whole lot to fish this super fun tournament. Is there already a record for people fishing in Santa suits?
Well, apparently there is not. So
okay.
I'm fairly convinced we're going to set the world record.
Nice. It's just how easily broken will it be, right?
Right. So, and as you said, it's only $100 entry fee, and we've got people signing up, and we've got a good mix. Like our very first entry was a husband and wife team.
Nice.
So I think we're going to have a good mix of fairly serious competitive bass fishermen as well as some of our pros. But, for that $100, I guarantee you, we have reached out to a bunch of people in the industry, and we have so many prizes to give away. And we're going to guarantee a $5,000 first place prize.
Nice.
So certainly I think people are going to get their money's worth.
Good deal. Well, I'm thinking about putting my hat in the tournament, so we'll see if I can pull it off. I'm in Nashville, so it's a little bit of a trip to get to Lake Norman, but if I can get the logistics together, I'm definitely planning on participating in that because it just sounds like a blast. And I could still fish it from my current boat, which is a 24-foot pontoon. But what would be really fun about that, though, is it's bright red.
Oh, well, there is a prize for the best decorated boat as well.
Okay.
So I think you'd have a good shot.
Yeah.
Especially with the pontoon boat. They're better set up for a little bit of Christmas decorations than some of these low in the water bass boats.
All right. Well, I'm going to figure out how to make this happen.
It would be great.
Yeah.
We also have Dave Mercer has agreed to come in from Canada. Dave's the MC for all of the Bassmaster tournaments, so people are familiar with him, and he's going to come in and do the weigh-in for us.
Oh, nice.
And we asked Dave, do we need to get you a Santa suit? And he said, well, I might already own a really good one.
Awesome. Well, and it's for charity, too, on top of everything else, being for fun. Is that right?
Right, it is. We are making a donation to Toys for Tots, and we're asking all of the anglers, if they can, to bring a wrapped gift for Toys for Tots. So, it's for a good cause, and it's also for a good cause just for the angling community. We're hoping to get a lot of mainstream media coverage for this, just because right now angling is a sport that is getting a lot of mainstream coverage because we've had upwards, we believe, of 10 million new or returning anglers to the sport. And there's a lot of interest in it. And, as a company that's built around fishing, it's in all of our best interests to see a lot of people out there enjoying the sport.
Right. Yeah. This year has been definitely an interesting one, but one of the things that have come out of it is the growing awareness and participation in fishing. So hopefully that continues on even once we ever get past all this. I
really personally, and I think all of us, it's speculation at this point, but I do believe it really is going to carry on because in addition to families fishing and finding out it's an inexpensive way to enjoy a weekend or go on a camping trip with your family, we've seen a lot of uptick in college-aged people rediscovering fishing because they've been home from school. They've been looking for something safe to do. And, when you look at millennials and all of the activities they've taken up, all of them have to do with the outdoors and they have to do with adventure. And fishing certainly fits those. I think it just, I can't explain exactly why they hadn't participated before, but I do think that they're going to find that this fits their lifestyle as well as mountain biking and camping and hiking and all of those things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree 100%. So, well, awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the show to talk about the Ugly Stick World's largest Santa Claus Bass Tournament, Saturday, December 12th, Lake Norman. It's looks like Queen's Landing, McCrary Creek. And I'll put info about this on the website and the show notes for this episode. And people can register for the tournament at the Fishers of Men website. And that is www.fomntt.com. I'll put a link to that in the episode notes for this show as well. Anything else you want to add?
No, just I want to say thank you, Angie. I really do enjoy your podcast. I love the one last week on Asian carp. So really appreciate what you're doing for the sport. And hope we see you and a lot of people out for this fun tournament.
Yeah, it'll be a blast. All right, thanks for tuning in, and be sure to join us next week as I kick off the Breaking the Ice Ladies Ice Fishing Series with some absolutely amazing and inspiring female ice anglers. Let me know if you're fired up to participate in the Santa Claus Bass Tournament on Lake Norman. Don't forget to send me an email at Angie@thewomanangler.com if you're going to be able to make it out. Thanks again, and see you next week.